Hey guys, so if you're anything like me or 98% of the other people who drive their vehicles off-road, you air down your tires when you get to the trails, better traction, all that stuff. But the big question is, what's the best way to do it? For me, it's been my key. I say that's the best way because I always have my key on me and it's easy enough to use. Is it the best way? Absolutely not. So today we're going to take a look at a product that's going to help me solve this problem. All top tire deflators. Let's get into it. All right, so let's take a look at what we got here. JACO Elite Pro tire gauge, digital, and all top adjustable tire deflators. So you get the 4 tire deflators, and the key with these is you can set your pressure. You turn it to your desired tire pressure, and once you reach that, it has a locking nut. Lock it down, and you just put it on your tire. So we're going to test all this stuff out. When I go off-roading, I like to set my pressure between 18 and 20. So we're going to set this gauge at around 20. Toss the locking nut on there, and we'll do that for the other 3. So digital, you can change the units on it, and it has a battery readout. So also with the deflators, we get a little bag with instructions and 5 extra valve covers, and they're metal, pretty nice. So the first thing we're going to take a look at is what are my tire pressures currently. It's about 80 degrees outside and 35, 33, 34, 34. I try to run them around 34 to 36 on the road, so pretty much just where I want them. So one of my goals with testing all this stuff out is to see how accurate this is compared to the Jeep and how accurate these are compared to both. So to do that, we're going to take some notes. So we'll start out with our starting pressures, what the gauge says we're at, and then where we're at after we run the deflators down to 20. All right, so we got our baseline measurements now. Relatively close to what the gauge says. 35, 35 and a half, 33, 33.9, 34, 33.9, 34, 34.8. So not too bad. Let's get those tire deflators on. And as soon as we get these on, we should start hearing the air coming out. And we'll just get the other three on. All right, just from hearing everything, seems like they've all stopped. They've all stopped now. But you'll notice this back tire is not nearly as low as that front tire. So let's see what's going on with that. First, let's just check and see where they ended up stopping at. Okay, so our right rear stopped at 20. That's where it needed to be. And we'll just wait for the rest of these to update. And this is part of the reason I wanted to go ahead and get a good gauge, because this can take so long to update. Having the gauge, I can just check immediately and see what my tire pressures are. We've lost 2 more in the rear. I don't know why these others are taking so long to update. Let's go ahead and check them with the gauge and see where we're at. So this rear one was still leaking out. It's all right, so this one is at 17.6, so that is perfect. And this front one stopped at 29, so we had an issue with that. The other front stopped at 20 and a half, so we're close. And the other rear, 28 and a half. So we're gonna make some adjustment. All right, so I reset the rear one, and the front is still going. The front ended at 19. So for this one that stopped at 19, just gonna adjust it down just a little bit. And that should get us to where we need to be. So first impressions, $40, add it to your trail kit, 100%. Took hardly any time to get the tires aired down. Small compact package, and they work. As far as the tire gauge, I'm pretty happy with it. I would note, make sure you turn it off. I don't think it has an auto off function. I tested this yesterday when I got it, and as you probably saw a little bit ago, when I turned it on, it didn't work. Batteries are drained. I mean, they're Tianquo, so you get what you pay for. They came with it, whatever. Just make sure you turn it off. Keep your battery lasting in it. Yeah, you can avoid that by getting a analog gauge, but it's so much easier to read. And it has a night light, so you can see at night. Absolutely, this stuff is going in my trail kit right now. I would highly recommend it. This is not sponsored. Nobody's paying me for this. I spent my own money. But I think it's well worth the $60 investment for both things. The reason I'm testing this stuff out now is because we have a wheeling trip coming up in a couple of days, and I don't want to be the guy who gets out to the parking lot, tries to air down his tires, and nothing's working. Or you find out your batteries are dead and your gauge doesn't work. So if possible, when you get new gear, go and test it right away before you take it out. So one, you know what you're doing with it, you know how it works, and you know that it does work. So I'm gonna go air my tires back up. Thanks for checking out the video. If you like what you saw, if it helped you out, consider subscribing. I'm almost to 100, so that's a huge milestone for me. Either way, thanks for checking it out. Appreciate it. Have a good day.